In the news now, there's an article in Business Tech that I think all of you will find interesting. I've covered this at length before in videos that have obviously exploded, and that was on COVID 19 passports. Now, we've spoken about the COVID pass before, and many people said it's a figment of our imagination. The fact checkers even said that it's fake. You know, all the nonsense that normally comes up when you have mainstream media and all these new world order stooges that they call fact checkers looking at what we put out and trying to make out as if it's fake. Now, I did an exclusive video on how I was fact checked and found to be fake and incorrect on COVID Pass. So, this should really entertain you. The headline of the article in Business Tech is New COVID 19 Passports, the Future of Travel. They asked the question with a question mark at the end. Thousands of summer holidays are now up in the air following a series of COVID 19 flare ups around the world, with trips cancelled and travelers forced to quarantine when they return home. In mid July, the number of confirmed cases globally jumped by 1 million in just 4 days. Cases, remember, they are now speaking about cases, not deaths anymore. They are trying to derive fear because of the amount of cases. It's like saying, well, I have a headache today. How many cases of the headache do we have around the world? Because it's not going to kill you. Let's continue. The UK imposed a 14-day isolation on holiday makers returning from Spain after infection rates spiked there. Infection rates, not deaths, prompting the UK's biggest tour operator to cancel all holidays to that country. After recording its first cases since April, Vietnam closed the tourist hotspot of Da Nang to tourists and evacuated 80,000 tourists from the city. Now, a new health passport app promises to restore confidence to the travel industry, which has been badly hit by the pandemic. Global tourism shrank by 97% in April. 97% is basically a standstill, according to the United Nations World Tourism Organization. You see, they have their finger in every pie of society imaginable. And this is why we need to kick them out of this country if we're going to survive. A possible solution. A sub-headline reads, COVID Pass is the brainchild of one of the World Economic Forum's young global leaders, or YGLs as they call him, Mustafa Mokas. It also involves other YGLs across 5 continents, including Muna Abu Sulaim and Peggy Liu. COVID Pass uses blockchain technology to store encrypted data from individual blood tests, allowing users to prove that they have tested negative for COVID 19. Now, once again, you cannot test negative for COVID 19. You can test negative for the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So, once again, lies, fear mongering. This is absolute nonsense because we know that very few people actually develop the disease, COVID 19. And it's difficult at this stage, impossible to prove that the SARS-CoV-2 virus actually caused the disease. You can only use causal postulation to do so because we don't have the scientific evidence or proof. Now, that doesn't mean that that is not the case, but it's not based in science. Unlike contact tracing apps, COVID Pass will not track users' movements. This is what they say. But they're saying that the others do track you. Non-mandatory contact tracing apps have met with only limited success so far due to privacy concerns. Now, I've mentioned this before. These people prove that these current apps doing the rounds, and there's many different ones, can actually be hacked, and you can replace someone's identification or you can change their status. There were many problems with this. So with this blockchain technology, they are saying that you won't be tracked and you won't be able to be hacked. Well, I can tell you now that you can 100% be tracked by this app. 100%. I know this for a fact. Germany, regarded as one of the most successful nations in rolling out a voluntary app currently has only 16 million users out of 83 million citizens. Experts say at least half the population needs to use a contact tracing app to make it effective in fighting the virus. This is what experts are saying. Now I know with COVID Pass or COVID Pass, they said they want 100% of the people to have this app for it to work. But now they're speaking of half. I don't think they know how to make up their minds with regards to this, because this whole thing seems like one big fat sham. Meanwhile, governments are faced with a variety of different testing regimes to validate the health of travelers. This isn't enough to reassure tourists or health authorities, says Mukas. Mukas hopes that his app, which is launching in September, will become a standardized solution for airlines, airports, and border agencies and eliminate quarantine for healthy travelers. So you're going to get marked as SARS-CoV-2 positive if this test finds that you are positive, and you won't be able to go anywhere. COVID Pass could also allow hotels, cinemas, theaters, sporting and concert venues to reopen safely. So, what they are saying is like during the Second World War, that certain people will now be marked. Even although it's done through an app, other people will know that you are positive, will know that they are coming close to someone that's positive. I wonder how people are going to be treated because of this, because the world has absolutely lost its mind, and half of the people in it goes along with a general consensus, which is that we're all going to die soon from a virus that no one has seen. Another possible use would be to help restart the worldwide conference and exhibition industry, which is contracted by 60% at a cost of $180 billion in lost revenues and impacting 1.9 million jobs, according to the industry's global association UFI. COVID Pass commits to mandatory carbon offsetting for each flight passenger to preserve the environmental benefits of reduced air travel during the crisis. Now, this article was originally in the World Economic Forum's website. So, for all you fact checkers that say that I'm talking nonsense, go and take a hike. Really, you're annoying and you're really a severe pain at this stage. But you see, all the things that's going to be implemented, you can't hide it forever because it's coming. What you don't want to face is the war that you're going to face. Once you cross that line in the sand from millions of people that's not going to accept this nonsense. You people call yourself warriors for freedom. You believe in the greater global good, but you do not believe in individual liberty. And this is the problem. So on the World Economic Forum's website, could this COVID-19 health passport be the future of travel and events? And it goes through the rising COVID-19 infection rates pose a threat to global tourism. A new app acts as a health passport for travelers who are virus-free. At least they say not COVID-19, they say virus-free, which is correct. Using blockchain technology, it provides an encrypted record of test results. So the test results you can still mess around with. They're saying now that your results are encrypted. And we know how bad the tests have been in general. We know that some of the tests at the CDC have been contaminated with the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Its creators say it could allow healthy travelers to avoid quarantine. The app could also allow sports and entertainment venues to reopen safely, as well as the global conference and exhibition industry. Now, what utter nonsense are they speaking? Because you can be tested for the SARS-CoV-2 virus, have the virus, and not test positive. We know this for a fact. It could take time before your system has actually duplicated the virus enough to actually be able to detect it. And then if you look at the testing methodology, what is it actually testing for? I don't want to get into that right now, but what they are saying here, for anyone with half a brain cell can actually figure out that it's utter nonsense. This is fear-mongering. Absolute fear-mongering. So there you have it. My fake news. I suppose the World Economic Forum is fake. And I suppose business tech must be fake because they take this seriously enough to actually post an article on this and ask the question, is this a future of travel and events? All they are doing here is making you used to something in your mind. And this is why I'm unemphatically saying that in future, if you accept this, COVID pass or this COVID pass will be an ID, digital ID 2020. So it's ID 2020 ready. It'll be a health passport as well as an immunity passport. An immunity passport means it'll say in future that you've been immunized. You've taken the vaccine against the SARS-CoV-2 virus that would hopefully prevent, according to them, COVID-19, which none of them actually understand what it is at this stage. I will keep you updated as this develops. For all the fake news people out there, please go and say that the World Economic Forum is fake. And please go and take a CARMETS, because we are going to come after your sick minds and your sick ideas that wants to take our individual freedom away. Take your CARMETS because you don't know how to fight. When you come with your ideas and we're in a real war because of this, you are going to be the first to run and hide, because it's easy to hide behind a keyboard and a computer. We are doing things on the ground, face to face, with real people that are willing to act, and they're not going to accept your nonsense. Thank you very much to all of you who have watched this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. The channel growth is incredible. We're almost at 18,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you can get notifications for new videos that are coming up as we reveal the new world order ideology and how it's being implemented by all these different forums and groups and companies and NGOs. We will expose them around every corner. You deserve to know the truth so that you can prepare yourself to act. I'm looking forward to seeing you at my meetings, 10 o'clock now. We will be having a meeting in an hour's time. I'm really looking forward to that. Our meetings are booked all the way through till next week. There's still some spaces for some people here and there. But we have meetings booked all the way through till the end of the month. And we'll probably continue into next month so that we can get to most of the people out there. I thank all of you for your support. For those of you that have given donations to make this tour possible. For this tour to continue, we would need more funds, and I thank all of you that are continuing to contribute towards funding this tour and me being able to consult with so many different people and tell them how to navigate this pandemic and how we can make ourselves more independent of government and large corporations. Thank you very much. Till the next video.